Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the hottest and most anticipated diecast of 2022, Ross Chastain's Hail Melon Moose Checkers or Wreckers diecast. As you can see, you got this nice Checkers or Wreckers box. Got the scrapes on the wall, the checkered flag, all the dirt and grime, the tears. Got the yellow and the checkered flag. Really cool. It's funny that they, kept this going. They never tried to make like a next-gen weird box version of the Checkers or Wreckers box. They just always kept the window box. For some reason, no render right there. It's weird that they would keep not putting a render there, but standard finish. They made a total of 2,648 of these things. Like I said earlier, this was the best-selling diecast of the entire last season. It came into the second or last race of the season. You had the best-selling diecast, which is really funny, but it was going to be the Kurt Busch Kansas Jordan brand win, but this one took it out the last second. Really cool to see, a couple wins or a couple diecasts at the top of the best-selling list that aren't Chase Elliott. That's really nice. There's your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. But here is the car itself. A car that will ever be etched in NASCAR history for what it did. Or sorry, should I say, take a look at what he did. But this is exactly why I like Ross. Ross is a person who just doesn't give up and will find the most random loopholes and stuff to get in and get better. After, his, shortcut at the Indy Road Course last year, which technically wasn't illegal, so I feel like they should have just let him keep the spot. He didn't even win the race, so just let him keep second. Whatever, that was funny. I don't know. But this was a moment that made NASCAR really mainstream again. This was getting played all over the internet. People who've never watched NASCAR were loving it. Pulling a full-on video game move at an actual NASCAR race for position. You can see all the scrapes on the side here. I did actually get this autographed by Ross in Watkins Glen earlier this year. So you can see that. Every year Ross does appearances for the New York State Drive Sober, Protect Your Melon, all that stuff. So I get to see Ross every single year, and I usually do get some cars autographed. It's really nice to see. Like I said, this car is just ever going to go down in history. It's probably one of the most iconic looking paint schemes ever now. This Moose car had so much traction last year. It was the car that he started the Denny Hamlin feud in. He won in this car at Talladega. He wrecked Kyle Busch in this car at Richmond. This car just became iconic. Every time he was in this Moose car, you knew something big was going to happen, it seemed like. And this one was just the most unexpected of them all. The funny thing is, I was very confused by this because when this happened, I was exactly focused in staring on the little block on the TV screen that had Brad and Denny on it. Because, at that point, it was oh, damn, Ross is going to miss it, and, Joey's not going to win or anything. So I was just kind of watching, maybe Brad will pass Denny or something and, get a, maybe give a spot back to Ross. And then, so I'm just watching Brad and Denny go to the line, and then out of nowhere, you just see Ross just bounce off the wall, bounce into Denny a little bit and pass him. And I was just sitting there who, what, when, how, what? I was wait, wasn't he just 10 spots behind him? What the hell just happened? And then they finally, everyone at NBC started freaking out and they started replaying it. They kind of had to ban this for the future races, but I'm definitely a little disappointed that they did ban this. I said, if they did not ban this, you would have had 10 cars doing it on the final lap of Martinsville this year. Especially Joey stayed out on a late race restart. Almost was able to win the race, but Larson got past him. If you were Joey, he was going to probably ride the wall and pass Larson again, so oh well. Anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Moose Fraternity. Got Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, Trackhouse, and number 1. Down the side, you have BWhack.org. You got Advent Health and Siemens down there. Got Worldwide Express and Jockey back there. Nothing on the C post. On the B post, you have Chevrolet, Advent Health, and Trackhouse. Got your 2 winner stickers right there from Coda and Talladega. Ross Chastain with the Melon Man on the windshield. This, of course, is a playoff car, as you should know. So it has the playoff logo, round of 8, has the yellow windshield banner and spoiler, which was about to not be on the car. What was it, the windshield banner? One of them, the 164 scale diecast came out with, I think, the windshield banner being yellow. And apparently, based on what Plan B Sales said, that them air freighting the Diecast saved this 124, because I guess after the air freighted 164 came out, it made Lionel be like, oh crap, and immediately changed the 124 before it actually came out. So that's really funny that it was they were about to screw up like the 124 of their best-selling Diecast. Also has a little Martinsville Speedway 75th anniversary logo right there. That's pretty cool. On the back, you have Moose Fraternity, Chevrolet Camaro, number 1, and the Trackhouse logo. This does have the brand new spoiler design. This is one of the first cars that actually came out with it. So Lionel last year kept saying they were going to update the spoiler, and I'm glad they finally did because this does look way better. You got Moose Fraternity on the roof and the deck lid. This is number 2428. Got the same stuff down the other side. This side does actually have Rob Rose's name on the name rail. If I remember correctly, he is the owner of Worldwide Express and who passed away recently around this time of the race. So they put his name on the car. That's really cool to see. Has a little Rob Rose logo there too. Anyways, let's take a look under the hood. Got a Chevrolet bow tie again, nothing else. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Obviously no deck lid. The roof flaps, of course, do open. And there's the inner side of the car if you want to see that. Didn't this have flattened tires? I'm surprised they didn't do that, like cut the edge of the tire off to make it look flat. I would have thought he would have made the tires go down with these as hard as he hit the wall. But anyways, let's get down to the damage and stuff that everyone's waiting for. You see the front end is just dirty and stuff. There's really not a whole lot going on the front end. But then you turn right here and you can see all of the marks from him hitting the wall. I don't know if it's coming across on camera or not, but they actually did print on the rims to make the rims look scuffed up. So as you know, when he hit the wall, he did scrape the rims on the wall too. So the rims were all kind of chipped up and scraped up as well as the tire. Everyone was kind of curious if Lionel was going to be able to do that, and kudos to Lionel, they did actually pull it off. So that's really nice to see. But yeah, they can print stuff on the rims, so start printing stuff on the Chrome Penske rim raced versions to dull them out a little, please. I don't know. Anyways, you can see a ton of marks here. The whole right side is scraped off. This honestly does show how, overly stiff this next gen is, that he could like hit the wall that hard, scrape along the wall, and it just has a few scuffs. Like it doesn't even look like it's like that damaged. You can see it is dented in there, big old scrape. Exhaust is scraped off, little, ports are all scraped up. Right rear is all scraped up. Again, you can see there's also rim printing on this one and the tire, all the lettering's rubbed off. Really, really cool. Back bumper's a little beat up. I know earlier, like shortly before he did that, Denny and him were battling and they were just beating and banging each other every single lap for like 8th or something. It was kind of funny. Left rear, you see he did get hit a few times. Somebody moved him out of the way. That was probably also from Denny. A few more marks and scuffs and stuff. The lettering is a little rubbed off the left rear tire. Up front again, more marks. Some of the wrap is peeled off. A few little dents and dings, probably again from Denny. Little mark there by the end of the number. Just really, really cool. There is dirt and stuff on the spoiler too, if you can see that. Like I said, just a really, really cool car and a really, really cool moment in NASCAR history that will, never be forgotten at this point. And will never be replicated because they did ban it now. You get like a time penalty or something if you do it. I'm just glad they didn't penalize him in the moment because I was like, that was so cool and that was so mainstream that I was like, if NASCAR tried to bullshit some rule out, even though that's never been a rule before, like I was really worried after the Indy thing that they were going to be like, no, never mind, he can't do that. It is kind of funny that he did it, he got into the Final Four and knocked Denny out. Like, that definitely sucks for Denny, that you are Denny Hamlin. You are like, I did it. I got into the Final Four. And then out of nowhere, Ross is just bouncing off your door. And you're just like, who? How? I think that's why, like, on his podcast, he called himself, like, the unluckiest driver in NASCAR or something. Because how, like that is honestly kind of funny that his, like, rival is the one that, pulled a crazy move out and did that. The amount of like diecast that sold for this move, and he sold a bunch of t-shirts and hats and all this kind of gear and stuff. Like, if you want stuff for this car, you can easily get a lot of different things for this car. This is a brand new release. You can get it right now. Now, some people look at that and say, oh, they made so many of them, it's not going to get rare, but I wouldn't be too sure about that one. As popular as this car is, it doesn't matter they made 2,000 of them. This car is going to disappear sooner or later. So if you want one, I definitely recommend picking up one as soon as you can, because I would not recommend waiting on this one. Remember, for all of your diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. Just go check that out if you want anything. But I think that's pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of Ross Chastain's Moose Fraternity, Hail Melon, Checkers or Records diecast from 2022. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.